Whenever tragedy or a horrible event in history happens, some people will believe that won't ever be something that recurs again. We've come so far over the years and centuries, even that something like that wouldn't happen and such worries are over-dramatized. But like one band's song once said, history shows again and again that nature points out the folly of man. We open Pandora's box, and out of our curiosity, it leads us to horrendous consequences. In my Heisei analysis video, I talked about how the character of Godzilla went through sort of a character arc, and how the era ties well into how the character was conveyed in the original 1954 film. One of those elements from that film that was also conveyed openly well was the ramifications of scientific and human advancement. The era shows us how deprived we've become over something as marvelous as Godzilla, with different countries fighting to obtain blood cells from him, and even trying to mind control him. And in the final film, one scientist decides to continue down the path the original Serizawa had done. Our characters, being the family of Emiko and Dr. Yamane, plead for him to stop, as doing so would potentially unlock that discarded evil. The film has an overcast of it being a somber film, with its underlying religious symbolism. The track that plays during Godzilla's death, Requiem, was composed by famed Godzilla composer Akira Ifukube, who felt like he was composing his own funeral, much like how Mozart felt with his iconic Requiem, which was ironically unfinished due to his passing. After all, Requiem means a mass to soothe the souls of the dead. The original Godzilla effects director, Eiji Tsuburaya, who went on to create the Ultraman series, was as well Catholic, which you can see a lot of its imagery throughout the latter series. Even the characters in the film call the oxygen destroyer the devil, which it later becomes in the flesh by the end. Godzilla vs. Destoroyah is a melancholic film about the atonement of misuse of science, believing things will be different years later, yet proven time and time again, like in 1954, we're only making things worse by playing with things we have no understanding of. Godzilla is a victim from his conception, and yet again he suffers in his final moments because of us. Is there any hope that we can improve and end this cycle? It all seems like it's up to us in these types of stories. But like most of them, I believe that there is some hope for that happening.